Welcome to Wisdom Trek with Gramps. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, and we are on day 2383 of our trek. The purpose of Wisdom Trek is to create a legacy of wisdom, to seek out discernment and insights, and to boldly grow where few have chosen to grow before. In today's Wisdom Nugget, I'll guide you through the vast landscapes of biblical wisdom. Today we continue our expedition through the book of Ecclesiastes, and we'll be delving into Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verses 9 through 17 from the New Living Translation. These verses provide deep insights into the perplexities of life, the problems of injustice, and the ultimate pursuit of understanding. Let's embark on this trek together as we uncover timeless truths that Solomon shares with us. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verses 9 through 17. I have thought deeply about all that goes on here under the sun, where people have the power to hurt each other. I have seen wicked people buried with honor, yet they are the very ones who frequented the temple and are now praised in the same city where they committed their crimes. This too is meaningless. When a crime is not punished quickly, people feel it is safe to do wrong. But even if a person sins 100 times and still lives a long time, I know that those who fear God will be better off. The wicked will not prosper, for they do not fear God. Their days will never grow old like the evening shadows. And this is not all that is meaningless in this world. In this life, good people are often treated as though they were wicked, and wicked people are often treated as though they were good. This is so meaningless. So I recommend having fun, because there is nothing better for people in this world than to eat, drink, and enjoy life. That way they'll experience some happiness along all the hard work God gives them under the sun. In my search for wisdom and my observation of people's burdens here on earth, I discovered that there is ceaseless activity day and night. And I realized that no one can discover everything God is doing under the sun. Not even the wisest person discovers everything, no matter what they claim. Well, Solomon starts this passage by reflecting on the injustices and the power dynamic that people face under the sun. In verse 9 he states, I have thought deeply about all that goes here under the sun, where people have the power to hurt each other. This acknowledges the harsh reality of the human existence, the ability and the propensity for people to harm one another. It's a sobering reminder of the fallen nature of humanity and the complexities that we navigate in our relationships and society. In verse 10, Solomon observes a troubling phenomenon. I have seen the wicked people buried with honor, yet they're the very ones who frequented the temples and are now praised in the same city where they committed their crimes. This too is meaningless. Here he grapples with the paradox of the wicked people receiving honor and recognition in death despite their misdeeds in life. This observation points to the superficiality and often misplaced values within societal honors and reputations. Solomon continues his discourse on injustice by discussing the consequences of delayed justice. In verse 11 he states, when a crime is not punished quickly, people feel it is safe to do wrong. This insight reveals a significant flaw in the human system of justice. When wrongdoing is not addressed promptly, it can lead to a sense of impunity and embolden others to commit similar acts. This delay in justice undermines the moral fabric of society and perpetuates a cycle of wrongdoing. Despite the apparent delay in justice, Solomon offers a glimmer of hope in verses 12 and 13. But even though a person sins 100 times and still lives a long time, I know that those who fear God will be better off. The wicked will not prosper, for they do not fear God. Their days will never grow old like the evening shadows. Here Solomon contrasts the temporal success of the wicked with the enduring well-being of those who do fear God. He reassures us that, ultimately, reverence for God and a righteous living will lead to a better outcome, even if it isn't immediately evident. In verse 14, Solomon expresses his frustration with the inverted moral order that he observes. And this is not all that is meaningless in this world. In this life, good people are often treated as though they are wicked, and wicked people are often treated as though they were good. This is so meaningless. This reversal of justice, where the righteous suffer and the wicked are rewarded, is deeply troubling to Solomon. It's a poignant commentary on the apparent randomness and unfairness that will characterize life under the sun. This frustration leads Solomon to a pragmatic conclusion in verse 15. So I recommend having fun, because there is nothing better for people in this world than to eat, drink, and enjoy life. That way they'll experience some happiness along with all their hard work that God gives them under the sun. Now, Solomon doesn't advocate hedonism here, but rather a balanced approach to life. He recognizes the value of finding joy in simple pleasures within life's toil and injustices. This recommendation encourages us to seek contentment and joy in God's everyday blessings, despite our broader challenges. Solomon concludes this segment of the passage by reflecting on the limitations of human understanding. In verses 16 and 17, he shares his personal quest for wisdom. He says, "In my search for wisdom, and in my observation of people's burdens here on earth, I have discovered that there is ceaseless activity day and night. I realize that no one can discover everything God is doing under the sun. Not even the wisest person discovers everything, no matter what they claim." Solomon's relentless search for wisdom and observation of human activity leads him to a humbling realization. No one can fully grasp the scope of God's work. Despite our best efforts and intellectual pursuits, the divine plan and the totality of God's actions remain beyond our complete understanding. This acknowledgement of our limitations is a call to humility. It reminds us that while we should seek wisdom, we must also recognize and accept that some aspects of life and God's purposes are beyond our comprehension. As we reflect on Solomon's words in Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verses 9 through 17, we find several key takeaways. The first one is the reality of injustice. Life under the sun involves dealing with injustice and the power dynamics that lead to harm. Recognizing this reality helps us to navigate these challenges with greater awareness and compassion. Second, the consequences of delayed justice. Prompt justice is crucial for maintaining moral order. Delays can embolden wrongdoing and undermine societal trust. However, faith in God's ultimate justice provides hope and reassurance. Third, the frustration of misplaced rewards. The apparent inversion of moral order, where the wicked are rewarded and the righteous suffer, can be deeply frustrating. Solomon's recommendation is to find joy in simple pleasures that offer practical way to cope with this reality. And fourth, the limitation of our human understanding. Our quest for wisdom and understanding has its limits. Accepting these limitations fosters humility and reliance on God's more excellent plan. How can we apply these lessons in our daily lives? We need to do this by starting acknowledging the reality of injustice and the power dynamics at play in this world. Use this awareness to act justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with God as the prophet Micah exhorts us. Recognize the importance of timely justice. Advocate for fairness and accountability in your communities and support systems that ensure justice is served promptly and equitably. Find contentment in life's simple pleasures. Amidst the frustration and challenges, enjoy God's blessings. That is, family, friends, good food, and meaningful work. This balance helps us to maintain a positive perspective and resilience. And embrace the limitations of your understanding. Seek wisdom diligently to remain humble, knowing that not everything will be within our grasp. Trust in God's sovereignty and the greater plan that He orchestrates. As we continue our trek through life, let's carry these insights with us. Acknowledge the realities of injustice, advocate for timely justice, find joy in simple pleasures, and embrace the humility that comes with recognizing our limited understanding. By doing so, we'll align ourselves with the timeless truths of Scripture and navigate the complexities of life with grace and purpose. Join me the next time as we delve deeper into the wisdom of Ecclesiastes. Until then, keep seeking God's wisdom, cherish each moment, and continue making a positive impact on the world around you. Now, if you found this podcast insightful, please subscribe and leave us a review. Then encourage your friends and family to join us and come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, and most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal. As we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and create a great day every day. See you next time for more daily wisdom.